What's up everyone, Erika here, and I'm back today with another video for you. Makeup from the Dollar Tree on my face. That is what we're getting into today. If you are new, welcome. My name is Erika and I am so happy that you clicked on today's video. And if you are not new, you know my name is Erika and I'm still happy that you clicked on today's video. Because today I'm putting Dollar Tree makeup on my face. Pray for me. That's right, you guys. This makeup look that you're looking at here, I applied with, okay, no, that's a lie. I was about to say all Dollar Tree makeup. That is false. I did not use all Dollar Tree makeup, but I was put to the test, okay? My friend Christy over at Christy's Corner invited me alongside a few other gals here in the community to head to our Dollar Tree, see what they had in their makeup section, buy whatever we saw fit, come home, put the makeup on, and let you guys know our thoughts. So that is what's going to be going down today. But first things first, I'm taking y'all with me to the Dollar Tree. So I will see you guys right back here, but right now, let's go. All right, you guys, where are we?
At the Dollar Tree.
We're at the Dollar Tree and we are shopping for the makeup challenge. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Woohoo! Mask kiss. Okay, you guys, we're here at the makeup, so I'm gonna show you what I see right now. So the brushes aren't really part of the challenge, but I did want to share this Wet n Wild brand, or they do have some Wet n Wild brushes here at the Dollar Tree. They have a eyeliner brush. I don't have this one, but this one I do have, and these brushes are really good. So if you see more, mine are kind of cleaned out, but if you see these brushes, these are pretty good. Okay, I don't think concealers are part of the challenge either, but I am gonna grab some of these just to try. Why not, right? Okay, I'm gonna try to get through this as quick as I can. The first thing I grabbed is the LA Colors mascara, the LA Colors pressed powder. I'm planning on using this kind of like a bronzer, a pencil eyeliner. I grabbed two Wet n Wild lipsticks, one in the shade Dark Wine and one in the shade Breeze. This is something I'm super intrigued with. It is a setting spray by LA Colors, so we'll see how that goes. I'm also super intrigued by this Lash Renegade from Wet n Wild, an LA Colors lip product, a contour stick, and this is the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be using. So we will see what this brings. So let's go home and try it out. Welcome back, guys. Altogether, I spent $11. Well, no, technically 12 if you count my amazing princess mirror. Now that you have seen everything that I've got to work with, we are going to roll into the tutorial. So I'm sorry for the abruptness of my face. That's in the next slide, so. All right, so getting started, I have my brows filled in. I did go in with a Drugstore concealer to kind of clean up under my brows. I'm using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer in light/medium beige. And I went with my Drugstore brow pencil, which is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer in brunette. I did want to shout this out. I feel like I used to see much bigger mirrors, but if you're into handheld mirrors, the Dollar Tree is the best place to go because obviously it's $1, super affordable, but they are good quality and they're not heavy, like, you know, it's gonna be uncomfortable for you to hold it for very long. But I'm gonna show you guys like the easiest DIY ever. Are you ready for this? You're getting like a bonus video, a DIY mixed in with the Dollar Tree and makeup tutorial, go figure. All you're gonna need to do, take your mirror, peel off the label, and apply some of your favorite stickers. I naturally had to go with Disney stickers, and bam! There is my Disney handheld mirror now, so I love it. When I was in the Dollar Tree, I kind of mentioned this to you guys. I had showed a couple of the brushes that looked similar to this one. It's white with kind of pink bristles. I had mentioned it's Wet n Wild. So if you find Wet n Wild brushes at the Dollar Tree, they're not bad at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into this eyeshadow palette. I think I might do a little bit more like pink and brown and then go in with the blue a little bit on the lower lash line. So I'm gonna take this shade here. I'm a little nervous, you guys, because I do think that there is a lot of shimmer in these shadows, but let's just go in and see what we're working with here. Okay, well this one literally looks like nothing, and I'm just now seeing that they like all have shimmer. So good luck to us. Okay guys, I'm changing my mind. I'm taking the pressed powder in tan, and I had mentioned I wanted to use this as a bronzing shade. I want to tell you guys, it came with this sponge. The sponge is quite literally like yellowing. Can you guys see it there to the side? Yeah, so I'm definitely not going to be using the sponge, but I am going to take the brush. I'm not loving the color payoff of these shades already, so I am just going to take some of the pressed powder and apply this to the crease. Okay, it's still pretty like neutral and not very like the color payoff isn't very good, but we're doing what we can here. Okay, that literally looks like nothing. I'm a little bummed because I was really excited about this eyeshadow palette. I feel like I sat there for a good while. I'm gonna go in with this darker shade that definitely has glitter in it, but let's just see. You guys, I'm gonna do something I thought I never would do. I'm gonna take this little like sponge applicator that it came with, because there is literally like no color payoff coming off. Okay, well there's a little bit more color, but barely. Oh my gosh. And that is the darkest shade in this palette, this one here. All right, I'm gonna tell it to you guys straight. I do not like this eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna blend it out a little bit more with the brush, but no, I'm not liking these shades at all. I'm gonna tell you guys, I am not above drugstore makeup in the slightest, but Dollar Tree makeup I think is like, I think it's asking a lot to find really good eyeshadow or really good quality products from the Dollar Tree. It's definitely no secret that even drugstore makeup is starting to become a little bit more pricey, but I mean for good reason. Look I keep applying a little bit, and the moment I go to blend it, it literally goes away. So I don't love that. I'm gonna kind of go into this blue and see what we're working with here. Okay, how about this periwinkle shade? I'm gonna look like Mimi from Drew Carey. Does anyone remember that show? Or did I just date myself completely? Okay, well, this is kind of looking a little bit more purple, so let's just go with that. Now this brush I'm using is not a drugstore one, but it is from Morphe, and if you're watching this video and you want a little bit more affordable brushes, I would suggest Morphe. They do have a lot of fallout, but honestly, it's not that big of a deal if you're gonna clean up afterward, which I absolutely am going to do. Going in with a little bit more of the bronzer, and I'm just not liking this, you guys. I'm really not. So I'm taking my actual bronzer, and I'm gonna just apply some of this to the crease because I need some sort of dimension, and I feel like I'm not cheating as much because I am gonna be using this bronzer to, you know, add some color back to my face. I'm not kidding you guys, when I go to add any kind of like different color and the brush touches the eyeshadow, it like completely disintegrates any eyeshadow I put down. It's like balding right here on my eyes. Okay. I'm gonna give this a big fat 0. I really don't like it. I'm so sorry, LA Colors. I'm hoping that some other stuff in here is a bigger hit for me. I'm gonna grab the highlight from LA Colors, and I'm gonna see what this can do for me for as far as a brow bone highlight goes. So let's say a little prayer. Oh, that's actually nice. It's a little more chalky than what I would desire, but I think I might go in with this on the lid because I feel like we have lost every kind of color on the lid. So I'm gonna go over this real quick. It's definitely chalky, like it's not just going on so smoothly, but at least we can see it. Going back in with my Morphe brush, I don't have any additional product on it. I'm just gonna kind of blend it out a little bit. Thank God I found this highlight today because this is kind of like a saving grace right now. So I would say this look is absolutely gonna need some eyeliner and some lashes. So I'm gonna pop off camera and do that really quick. So I will be right back. All right, so where were we? All right, so now that I have my lashes and my eyeliner on, I'm gonna move on to the rest of my face before I finish up the eyes. So where do I begin here? I'm not entirely sure how I'm feeling about this contour stick. It's literally blending out into nothing, you guys. No. Can you guys see the redness? It's not covering the redness at all. Oh my gosh, I feel so bad being like this whole makeup look is a flop. I'm hoping that the mascara and stuff comes in handy. I think what I'm going to do is I am gonna use my Wet n Wild concealer, but maybe when I go, like after I blend it out, maybe I will use this to slim down my nose and maybe add some additional highlights to my face. So let me go in with this first because this is not gonna do it for concealer, you guys. Since you might not be able to find all of these brushes at the Dollar Tree, I'm trying to show the next best thing. So the best drugstore brushes I can recommend are the Real Technique brushes. I also am a huge fan of their beauty sponge. See, so as you can see, it did give me some coverage versus this that you could definitely see the redness still. The drugstore concealer is just much better at hiding that redness. So it is a crayon top, which is cool. Like I like the concept of the product. I just do wish it added a little bit more coverage. So I did add some to the high points of my face. I'm doing the sides of my nose, and I probably will do a little bit down the center as well, just to add some highlight, and I'm gonna just do my best to blend it out. So I do see it adding a little bit more of a highlight in this area down the bridge of my nose, but under my eye, I don't know if it's the formula of it being a little bit more oily, but it looks almost like it's settling into my bags and kind of enhancing the bags as opposed to brightening the under eye and like deflecting the attention away from the under eye bags that I've got going on. I don't like hate this product. I think it's doing a pretty good job. Again, as I said, like in this, you know, down the bridge of my nose and the center of my forehead, but definitely not for under the eyes. Taking the buffing brush from Real Techniques, I'm gonna apply that powder to the rest of my face. See, I applied some here and it is looking a little bit darker than my skin tone. So maybe I should use it as bronzer. Let's see. It is adding a little bit of some depth. Definitely not as much as I'm used to, but it's definitely adding some darker bronzing shade there. Okay, well, take note, ladies, there is a lot of fallout in this powder. I just dumped it all on my black pants. Love that for me. Adding some to the side of my nose, kind of offsetting that contour with the contour stick that we just did. Okay, I really like the way that that turned out. So far, the pressed powder as a bronzer has been the best. Now I'm going to take the Wet n Wild blush brush. It's an angled brush. You can also use this for bronzer, but I personally like to use it for blush. This is not from the Dollar Tree, but again, very drugstore, cost-effective, friendly. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in Apricot in the middle. Moving on, I'm taking my Morphe M310 fan brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of that highlight. Oh, okay, see, that looks pretty nice. Yeah, it still is a little more chalky, and what I mean by that is, I don't know how well you guys can see, but my skin does look a little more textured in this area. So when you put highlight over it, it is, I guess, essentially highlighting those points of your face. But sometimes when the formula is a little more chalky, it like lifts the bumps even higher. Okay, I just like to apply a little bit of highlight to right above my brows. I will say, you guys, Dollar Tree makeup, the fallout is crazy. I'm gonna apply a little bit, oh my gosh, look at this highlight in the center, in the inner corner. Looks so nice. Okay, well, this highlight is where it's at, you guys. Like, if you can find this at your Dollar Tree, this is the way to go. Do not even bother getting like an eyeshadow palette because that is doing nothing for me. Yeah, that looks really nice. Okay, well, that just like elevated the makeup look entirely. Okay, I am now going to be taking the black eyeliner. I'm gonna run this on my lower lash line, in the waterline, and directly beneath my lashes. And if I can stomach it, I'm gonna clothesline my eyes as well. Okay, Okay, I don't hate that. Before we move on to the lips, I am going to finish up my eyes, and that is going to be with the 2 mascaras. So I think the first thing I'm gonna do is apply the Big Lash mascara from LA Colors to the top, and I think I might go purple mascara on the lower lash line. So let's take a look here. Let me get my Dollar Tree mirror. Right off the bat, I'm feeling a little underwhelmed with it. I do like the size of the brush and the size of the product. I think this would be really ideal for a lower lash mascara because you obviously don't want a ton of product when you're applying your lower lash mascara. So I think that that would be pretty good. But as far as like your everyday mascara, I don't know if this one's it. It also just dawned on me that I didn't even use my Dollar Tree eyeliner that I purchased in the past. Great. I do already have a tutorial on that, how I apply eyeliner, drugstore versus Dollar Tree eyeliner, so I will leave that video linked if you guys are interested. Okay, so that mascara wasn't terrible, but it took a lot of coats and a lot of dunking. So I am now going to go in with the Wet n Wild Lash Renegade mascara, and you guys, it is indeed purple. I'm really intrigued by the brush. When I was yanking the applicator out, I do see that it's very like flexible and bendy, so yeah, I'm interested in this. I wish I would have just found it in black, but here we go, lower lash lines in purple. Everyone say a prayer for me. Okay, so my first reaction to this is the wand is kind of funky. The little like ball portion of it kind of gets in the way when you're trying to apply just the straight part of it to your lash. I hope that makes sense. And I honestly, you guys, it looks so purple. Like, look at all the product that is actually on the brush. I wanted to give you guys like an up close. This is the lower lash that has mascara, purple mascara on it. This one has nothing, and I don't know if you guys can even tell. So moving on to lipsticks, there were 2 different shades that I found, but this one, the Dark Wine by Wet n Wild, there were a ton of, and this one called Breeze was the last one. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch these for you guys. Well, that's pretty. So now this is Breeze. Okay, so this Breeze color looks like an iridescent pink, and that's gonna look freaking awful on me. Like, let's just see. Yeah, no, I don't like that. Okay, so the lipstick I really do like, but that's not really news to me. I have always been a fan of Wet n Wild lipsticks. They kind of feel like a nice chapstick, like it doesn't feel drying or anything like that. I don't really remember if they bleed or not, so I will have to let you guys know. But the very last step, oh, I forgot about the lip oil. Well, I think I made a mistake. I don't think this is supposed to be applied over lipstick. I think this is essentially just like something nourishing for your lips. It does look like it's kind of taking, like stripping away the color where I placed it. You know, like I put the lipstick all over, but if you guys can see, it's making the lipstick kind of fade where I placed the oil. So I don't know if that's something you guys want, but the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to try this setting spray. Helps extend makeup wear. So I am very intrigued by the packaging. It is like a little spritzer. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this really quick. Hey you guys, I just figured I would come on. It is 8:03 p.m. So it's been about 6 hours, maybe 5 hours. I feel like it looks a lot better because I did put a little bit of powder because I just filmed like another little intro right now. But nothing, like it's not terrible. Like the makeup is not terrible. So at least for the setting spray, I mean, did the setting spray from the Dollar Tree do its job? That's something to say, okay? So I just kind of wanted to come on and like update you guys quickly. Like the highlight and the powder stayed on. I don't feel, granted I didn't do anything crazy. We were in the backyard for a little bit with my daughter. So I just wanted to give you guys a little update. So back to the video. Okay, so that concludes this makeup look. I'm gonna quickly run through my final thoughts of this. I'm feeling like you guys probably already know, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Don't buy your makeup from the Dollar Tree. I really wanted to go into this makeup challenge like optimistic, and I feel like I was, but I think I was hoping for more in the outcome, which I don't know. You guys have to let me know. Did this go about the way you were thinking it would? Were your expectations surpassed? I've got to say, I'm not very impressed with the makeup at all. I think the reason that this makeup look turned out decent was because I did use other products that were not just Dollar Tree. They had plenty of eyeshadow palettes, but I'm telling you guys, all of the eyeshadow palettes looked like this. They were just in different shades. So I imagine the formula is the same, which is like, there is no formula. Like nothing was staying on my eyelids. I think what I have to give a shout out to is the highlight. I do think that for $1, it is a decent quality. I also was in love with this dark wine lipstick from Wet n Wild. I also want to give an honorable mention to the pressed powder. I think it did a pretty decent job as far as like a bronzer goes, but I picked this up like not knowing if I was going to be able to use it as a powder, as eyeshadow. I ended up using it as a bronzer, and it worked for me because, you know, I don't know, I have lighter skin. I don't want to go out and tell you to like use this as a bronzer because obviously it'll depend on everyone's skin tone and whatnot, but you know, pressed powder, I don't know, but it did fine for a bronzer. When it comes to the black eye pencil and the mascaras that I tried, I don't have anything terrible to say about them, but I also don't have anything incredible to say about them. They were pretty like generic. You know, it took a couple of coats of the eyeliner to make sure it stayed on. Same thing with the mascara. The black one was, you know, did its job. I don't know how well it would do standing on its own if I hadn't put on my false lashes. But yeah, I gotta say the worst of the worst had to be the eyeshadow palette. I feel like I gave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 shades out of the 12 a chance, and none of them did me any favors. You guys will have to let me know down in the comments if you have purchased a makeup item from the Dollar Tree and it really was like a hit for you, and I will have to go try and find it at my own. My favorite thing that I got at the Dollar Tree was my now princess mirror, because definitely getting use out of that. I have to thank Christy for inviting me to be a part of this collab. I had so much fun. I hope that you guys enjoyed coming along with me at the Dollar Tree and sitting down here with me watching me do my makeup. Don't forget to check out all of my gal pals that are going to be taking on this challenge. I'm so interested to see what they found. For now, I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this video, and I hope to see you back again for the next one. Bye!